Yeah.
AllBall TV. You already know the motto. They scared, but I'm not.
Because that's what the playoffs are all about. Other teams have a rock-solid answer in crunch time. The Milwaukee Bucks will go to Big Game Dame, who has made a ton of clutch shots.
All right.
The Nuggets have an
Oh, wait, hold on. This is what I want you to see.
number one team in the league. How does that look? Tatum took 5 of those shots and is 0-5. Think of all the other teams that will have the best player on the floor. The Bucks, the Sixers, the Nuggets.
So he's 0 for 5 in these crunch time situations, these crunch time shots. I didn't have the stat book next to me, but I told you every time I see him in crunch time, he looks bad, and he's always missing, always messing up. Same thing with Ant-Man. I'm saying the same thing about Ant-Man.
I don't want to curse you out live. So
You
stop
should.
bringing up Ant-Man when you talk about Jayson Tatum.
I'm bringing up 2 guys who are top 10 easily. And if they're not top 10, I've heard Dom earlier say something like, shout out to Dom. Somebody said that people are saying that LeBron is better than Tatum. So I said, I would never say something like that. There's no way I'd rather have LeBron right now than Jayson Tatum. But him and Ant-Man have the same issue. Where's your go-to move when it matters? Period.
Hold on. See, don't play that game. Right now, you replace Tatum with LeBron James. The Boston Celtics not winning the championship?
He has to be mighty healthy, bro. LeBron will have that's an old man, bro.
I'm just asking a simple yes or no, my brother.
That's a stretch, but
see, you cherry picked that video because you felt like it hitched this wagon with you, and now you and Tyler Hero on meth, y'all are riding through the streets together, right? Like, cut it out. Let's put this in perspective, man. We do a great job of putting high expectations on these guys and not allow them to grow, right? The world we live in right now in the basketball community, that's what we do. But we didn't do that to none of your favorite players as a kid, OG, and damn sure didn't do it to none of my favorite players as a kid. We just didn't do that. We enjoyed watching these guys fail and then come back and really step to the next level. So, I mean, shake your head all you want. I don't care. I'm telling you. Huh?
That's true. They called Magic Johnson Tragic Johnson. That was before I was even born. It's not true.
And then what happened?
He had to show improve, but he had to show improve.
We watched Bean shoot air balls.
No,
we watched your favorite player get beat up by Isaiah Thomas. Like we watched a lot of guys go through struggles, and once they got there, it's lit. You can't stop me now. So if we're gonna critique Jayson Tatum in his first 7 years and call him not clutch, okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna argue with you with that, but I'm not gonna talk about him like he's garbage, like he's not good. And that's where it gets confusing for me, because not saying y'all don't understand, but I'm just saying, coming from a perspective of being on the floor and understanding what goes into that type of shit, I'm not gonna call a dude trash or talk about him like he's not good when he's the sole reason why we even talk about the Boston Celtics. Brown is great.
Sole reason?
Brown is great. Holiday is good. Porzingis is great. But pluck Tatum off that team. How good is that team?
They'll be pretty damn good still.
How good?
Without him.
How good?
They'll be a playoff team without him.
Number 1 seed good? 11-game win streak good?
No, of course not.
NBA Finals good?
Of course not. But
so then what are we talking about?
But you're being disingenuous, as you like to say.
Nah.
Because LeBron went through the same exact thing, if not 100 times worse. It's not even close. Kobe went through the same exact thing. 3 air balls, 100 times worse.
We remember.
Michael Jordan, this is all centered around him, allegedly. Went through the same exact thing. You'll never win that way. You're just a scorer. That's what they said about him. You don't play defense. You don't pass the ball. He went through all that stuff. It's like you make hundreds of millions of dollars for this very reason. It's public consumption. We're not saying you're trash. Who the hell is saying Jayson Tatum is trash? Whoever's saying that, we can't have a conversation. I would never like to speak to you about anything in life, probably because you're ridiculous about whatever it is. But when it comes to this, I've been saying it, and he just had the stats for it.
But now you're getting comfortable with trying to attach you're not clutch to every player that's not going to show up in the fourth quarter when it matters. You're talking about 22-year-old Anthony Edwards is not clutch in year 4, 5. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking?
We're talking about not being.
Tell me the player that came in and was clutch from day one. How about that? Do that for me.
Let's see. I'd say Kevin Durant.
You took too long.
Clutch.
You took too long.
I say Carmelo was. How am I? Why gotta take too long? Carmelo was clutch. What? Like again, you're talking about. Yeah. See, Carmelo in Denver was amazing. He had game-winning shots and everything.
I can remember all those game winners, right? All those game winners.
You asked me a question, I answered it for you. That's the guy.
I can remember plenty game winners from Jayson Tatum. That's my
Larry
point.
Bird. No, you cannot. Not like this. Not like this.
I'll put the montage together.
He hit the game-winning layup against the Nets in game 1 in 2 years ago. I saw that. I was there for that, but it wasn't the same thing. It's not. It's more momentum, more the same thing of how LeBron hit a game winner. Because when it comes down to it, when you need to hit a shot in the mid-range, for some reason you can't do it. That's not some. I'm not saying he's the worst person in the world. I'm saying that he's not clutch. So what do you think? How are you guys talking to yourselves if you playing ball? You're not real with yourself. You're not gonna say, yo, I perform well. You're gonna be lying to yourself. I perform great in the clutch.
1,000%. But when I watch guys miss layups, when I watch guys turn the ball over, when I watch guys do bonehead things, for me, yeah, I understand it can happen. How the fuck did he miss that layup? Yo, you short-armed it. Yo, you too hard. You put a little too much English on it. Like, whatever. This stuff happens. I'm just saying, for me, I'm giving him a little more grace than you. That's where it's at for me. I'm not saying, okay, you calling him trash. I'm saying I'm going to give him a little more grace for what he's done in the first 6-7 years of his career and not really try to attach, but he's not clutch. Okay, that's cool.
Well, just real quick, I'll jump in this convo. I've been saying this for the past couple of years. As great as Boston looks and as great as they are, to me, I told you, I don't think nobody fears the Boston Celtics, and that's their problem. I don't know if he's not clutch, but let's be honest. In the playoffs, it's a lot of great plays that's not clutch. Is Steph Curry clutch in the playoffs? We've seen him miss shots. We've seen him not hit game winners. We've seen him turn the ball over, get locked down in the playoffs. So for me, it's a lot of players that's great, that's legendary, that's in some people's top 10 greatest all time. That's not clutch in the playoffs. For one, homie, you gotta have that same energy when they was on that winning streak. Don't wait till they lose a game. And we all know those games like that happen. Remember, they was up 20-something, got lazy. That happens. For me, they won 9, I think, to 10, 11 in a row. They are the best team in the NBA by far. They have the most talent in the NBA by far. There's no excuse for them to not go to the finals. There's no excuse for them to not win the finals, barring injury. So I'm not going to say not clutch, and I'm not going to panic for them losing to Cleveland without Donovan Mitchell, because we've seen games like that happen 1,000 times. Former players will tell you certain games we get up for, certain games we don't get up for. That was the purpose of them being up 20-something. But let me say this. I'm going to tell you how clutch Jayson Tatum could have been. They was about to come back being down 0-3. If he doesn't get hurt in that game 7 in the first minute or two, they was going to come back and win that game. So I'm not going to say he's not clutch, but I could tell you this, being a diehard Knicks fan, I don't think teams fear the Boston Celtics. Maybe he's not as aggressive as he should be. I'm not going to say clutch. I think he needs to be more aggressive. I think Jayson Tatum needs to be averaging 30+. And then I think that's where the clutch will come in at. But I'm not going to – them lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers, being shorthanded without Donovan Mitchell. Nah, I've seen that happen too many times. Like I said, they probably hung out the night before. They probably ain't even game plan for that game. That's the purpose of them being up 20-something, and they happen to come back. But I don't think we should look at that and now all of a sudden be like, oh, man, Boston. Nah, Boston is the best team in the NBA. And barring injury, unless our Knicks become fully healthy, they should walk through the East to the finals, even if they play Milwaukee.
Fabian's been pretty consistent with Jayson Tatum not being clutch. So I don't want to attach that loss last night against the Cleveland Cavaliers as now he's jumping on that, because he's been pretty consistent about feeling like Tatum doesn't show up in late game situations. But I think where we do agree is that when you started talking about him being more aggressive, my eyebrows lifted, and so did Fabian's, his eyebrows lifted, because we do agree there. The issue with that dude, in my opinion, is that last year, we saw the best Jayson Tatum. Like last season, I think was the best we've seen thus far. We may see something greater as he gets older, but last year I think was the best we've seen. 30 points a game, getting to the line almost close to 9 times, right? That's what I bring up. I'm not gonna bring up his shooting percentages and all that kind of stuff, because he doesn't shoot high shooting percentages. But when that dude punishes you and gets to the line, he's phenomenal. That shot that he took last night, that shot pissed me off because he settles entirely too much. To be 6'10", to have a mismatch damn near every night a smaller guy is usually guarding you. There's no bigger guys that's usually guarding this dude. Every night a smaller guy is guarding you. That night they had Garland guarding you the last play of the game. The dude said he dribbled 19 times and you took a fadeaway from the elbow. I know he's a Kobe disciple. I know he loves Bean, but Bean perfected that, right? When Bean is taking those shots, he perfected that shot. But guess what? 30 to 35 minutes in the game, he's getting you to the mid post and he's going to kill you. Jayson Tatum bails the defense out entirely too much. That's really my only critique on him. Like you said, OG, when he becomes more aggressive, when he gets downhill, gets to the rim, gets to the foul line, nobody can stop him. Last point, and I'm going to give it back to Fabian and let him kind of expound on this. He talked about having a go-to move. If Jayson Tatum had a move that was, okay, that's the JT, or whatever you want to call it, right? If he had a move that he could go to where nobody in the universe could stop, Boston could think about winning back-to-back titles, be almost a dynasty type of thing. Those two guys are the only duo I know that does not get held accountable the way other duos are held accountable for coming up short. Those are the only two guys that I know. So I'm going to give it back to Fabian, but
I think that's a great way to put it, because we've been saying it for a while, and I'm surprised too that a month ago. Hold on. Jayson Tatum has no more excuses. Luka is up next. Don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. I'm getting sick of him. I don't care about your stats no more, bro. And he is clutch. And again, I keep saying that's the reason why people have Luka over Tatum. It has everything to do with crunch time. That's it, because we're fickle. We're fickle like that as people, man. Like, there's no way you could tell me Luka's as talented as Jayson Tatum. No way possible. It's impossible.
Can I ask you a question, Fabian? And two, real quick. I want you to rock. A month and a half ago, we were together in Harlem watching the game. The game that we was watching was Dallas versus Atlanta. That's the night Luka had 70. I don't remember one time one of us, or even Uncle Ice, shout out to Uncle Ice, none of us got up. None of us were excited. None of us, I didn't look at you too. You were sitting across from me. I didn't look at you and was like, yo, this nigga bug. Like, so not downplaying 70, but just piggybacking on what you saying, Fabian. Like, all right, we had enough, Luka. It's time to win now. Like, somebody going to get 70, most times you'll be like, oh, this nigga's bugging. Yo, look what's going on. We did never once said that. Right or wrong? Am I lying? Did we?
Nah, but
hold on, just real quick. What I've been saying, what I said last week on the show, I keep telling y'all, he just cares about getting his. Once again, and let me just connect it to Jayson Tatum. All these guys settle for too many jump shots. Once again, the NBA, this is what they're making the league. Nobody exposes mismatches. Nobody goes, okay, I'm 6'8", 6'9", he's 6'3". Let me put him on the block and get a high percentage shot. Everybody settles for jump shots. Everybody. And for Jayson Tatum to have that skill set and that height, that size, and have that bag, once again, it's very rare that you're going to see any of these guys. They don't even want to get to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. Like when the last time you down one, it's a tie ball game, and you try to go to the basket to get contact to where you put the pressure on the refs to where now you at the free throw line. These guys are shooting jump shots.
OG. Great point, OG.
So for me, like I said, my problem with Tatum is, as much as I'm not a big Luka fan like everybody else, averaging 35 is averaging 35. And that's damn near 10 more points than Jayson Tatum. So for me, I like Tatum as a player, but what makes it weird is he's not that exciting to watch as he should be. I don't know, man. I don't know, but y'all both made great points. Like I said, it's no excuse. And Fabian, I'm gonna let you go. Right now, it's probably about 10 players that if they don't win a championship, that's a problem. I got Giannis, I got Joker, I got LeBron, I got KD, I got Dame Lillard, I got Luka, I got Jayson Tatum and Jay Brent, Kawhi and Paul George, all the top teams. That's what's going to make the playoffs interesting.
Yeah.
Everybody's under pressure. Everybody. Whoever don't win is going to be smoking the city. In the top of the food chain is the Boston Celtics. There's no more excuses. They have everything in place. Everything. Defense, shooting, superstar, budding superstar, which I don't think it is, but to the masses. A great wing defender, great point guard. They got everything. No excuse. No excuse. So Fabian, I've been on that time. I just didn't say it because we was talking about something different, but there's no excuse. They gotta win now. I'm not hearing they're young. I'm not hearing none of that. You gotta win now.
And my thing is, when you brought up Golden State, it was a great point. Steph was in clutch, and guess who was? Klay motherfucking Thompson. Game 6, Klay is real. Like, he didn't have to worry about that. The Warriors had 2 gunners on that team, and when they got Kevin Durant, forget about it. Come on now. So my thing is, hey, Tatum, either you're gonna balk on somebody and let them know, hey, Jaylen Brown, go to your damn left, you need to move, or they got to get to a fight like Marcus Smart wanted them to get into, or Tatum, it's all on you. Because like I said again, it's like these are the top 5 guys. They're fringe. Him and Luka are really fringe MVPs. The difference with Luka is he hogs the ball too much for me, and Tatum doesn't hog the ball enough.